Yo, what is going on, my fellow weebs? Chrono here, and welcome back to the channel. So today, just got a quick little news update for you guys. You know what's going on in the world of NGS. But before we jump to that, if you're new here, as always, my name is Chrono. I'm going to cover PSO2 content. Would much appreciate a subscribe as we work our way towards that 10K mark, hopefully by the end of this year. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. So there are a couple of things to note here today. One, not so great thing, unfortunately. So if we take a look at our campaign bonuses, it is currently PSO2 day. So the revamped rewards are here. However, if we open them up, you can see that they don't look as complete as they're supposed to be. In case you're curious, you're like, wait, that's exactly what it said is going to be in the PSO2 reward or in the actual revamp article. We're going to go over that here in just a moment. So we have our usual rewards, 50 star gems, 2 special scratch tickets, material storage 5 days, and then the end color change pass times 2. This is the standard rewards everyone will get. And of course the premium rewards, which is an extra 50 star gems, more material storage, and then 2 more color change passes. Of course, if you're premium, you also have extra bonuses that you get. So that's pretty cool too. However, if we pop over to the NGS site and we take a look at the article that was posted on the 20th of, I guess technically now it's last month, on 20th of last month, talking about the revamp of PSO2 day special login rewards. It talks about how the login rewards are changing and things like that. However, what it also mentions is a reward that honestly, I didn't even really notice it originally. This was something that was brought to my attention by some of my viewers. Or like, hey, look, this is kind of like a throw because all of a sudden we're missing out on rewards. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if that's the case. That seems a little bit strange. But if we look at the revamp article, we can see here what's more to coincide with this change. The once a month special login gifts campaign will be integrated into PSO2 day. What the once a month special login campaign gifts is a special bonus that you get for material storage of 15 days and then color change pass times 5. You got these every month at the beginning of the month, as long as you logged in, and you had access to this. This was going on ever since February 1st of this year. Every month you got this, and honestly, I just never really noticed it because it was kind of lumped in with everything else that we're giving us at the time, and I just never really paid attention to it. Never really needed material storage, so that's like get it for free. And color change passes just tend to stack up over time for me anyway, regardless. Even before this was a thing, I think I had like close to 40 color change passes, if not more. So it really wasn't something that I noticed all that much, but this is something that's been going on for quite some time. And if we take a look at our current, or actually take a look at the revamp article, we can see that this is going to be integrated into PSO2 day. Now, some people saw this as replacing PSO2 day. No, but the wording is integrated. They're very specific about wording. SEGA is always very specific about wording. This is why we have Waker and not Summoner. This is why we have Slayer and not Luster. This is why they did a bouncer renewal, not a bouncer rework, and why other classes are getting expansions, not reworks. They're very, very particular about wording. This is a consistent thing that happens all the time. And normally, unless they specifically state something, it doesn't tend to be the case. So I think they just screwed up. I think this is either going to be added in a little bit later, or it's going to be added in as an apology or something along those lines. This is not meant to replace this process. It's very common that, hate to say it, but SEGA does miss things all the time. As someone who does play a lot of PSO2, this is nothing new, dating all the way back to the PSU days. And for any of you guys who may have played things like Blue Burst, I'm sure you guys are aware of bugs or mistakes that get made. At least in PSU days, it's very common for them to miss or to forget to add something or something to override something else unintentionally. But based on this article that's here, this is supposed to be included, not replace. And if anyone's like, well, integrate, replace, no. If I have to show you the meaning of integration, combine one thing with another so they become whole. So yes, integrate. Maybe it's a translation thing. Maybe you guys on the JP side can tell me otherwise if the article that you guys have might be a little bit different, but you do need to pull up the article from the 20th and let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to add an addendum. But as of right now, looks like we're missing some rewards. So if this is intentional, that means the change for PSO2 day is a bit of an L, because that means that people are losing out on some rewards now as opposed to gaining rewards. Always a benefit for free or for premium, but a bit of a loss for free to play. And I hope that is not the intention, because having these together would end up being an overall positive change for the game. Moving on, we have, this is just the article itself for PSO2 day. You can see all the other stuff. And moving on, we actually have a few things to hop in a game to show you. So as was stated in the revamp article, they do have the rewind collection scratch that's going to be popping up every single month now. So every month there's going to be a rewind. This is really bad for those of you guys who tend to like to save a lot of these things. there's going to be a chance for people to get a hold of a lot of these AC items, and they're going to keep them in season a lot more. And I'm not sure if it's something that Skulls is going to cover anything along those lines. It's going to be the first of every month. It's going to be available for, it looks like 10 days. So available till 9/10. That's pretty solid overall. And it just means that a lot of things that weren't available before are going to be available now. We take a look here, we can see a lot of the EX scratches actually. Looks like we have Penguin EX, Psychic Ball EX, Paper Plane EX, and the Lovely EX. They're all here available. Color change pass. Okay, nothing too crazy here, honestly. Like, it's something you can spend some money on if you really want to. But the bigger thing here is it's going to keep a lot of these items in the current season, meaning there's going to be a chance for people to get a hold of them and people are going to come after some of these items themselves. And it also means that the prices of them are going to stay fairly low. Keep in mind the rewind scratches usually don't have all of the items. So, like, for example, this is Baggy Style 1v2. That just means that it doesn't have like the shirt option on it or anything like that. So it's going to be missing some of the color variants. So some of the other color variants are probably still going to be worth more. And if you are someone who does save things from AC scratches, you may want to just make sure that you're not holding on to specific variants or versions of those items. Also, we have the AC support scratch. It looks like it's going to be available for a full month, which is absolutely awesome. That means we're going to have plenty of time. And much like everything else, whenever we get a new weapon, the AC support scratch comes back around. So this is going to be the one that we have for our Exelia weapons. And that just means that all of these are in season, meaning that a lot of these are going to be a lot less expensive as far as costs go. You can just take a look at, let's say, something like Def Mil Raw. It's already down to 4.7 mil, when this would be something usually that's upwards of 8 mil. That's already way lower. Maybe I haven't been following it that closely, but that is substantially better overall. Maybe we'll look at Def Parfaits. Def Parfaits are at, yeah, about 10 mil. So that's about what I expect them to be. Honestly, I feel like these were like 20 mil not too long ago, but again, I haven't checked in a while. So maybe there's just so many of them that the pricing is just something that's stabilized over time. But with these available, that does mean, again, they're in season, meaning that the prices are going to be somewhat stable and be lower overall for people who are trying to either set up new armor or set up their new weapon for the future. But again, we talked about the new Exelia weapon. Check out the video for that in case you're curious. Should you upgrade to it? Should you not? So on and so forth. Well, the only other thing to really talk about or to mention is, looks like there's some server issues again in Nameless, as well as in just cross-ship content in general. I went ahead and actually did cross-ship Nameless for my daily today, and there was a bit of lag. It wasn't like super substantial. However, I have a very fast internet connection, so it's possible that just because my internet connection is a bit better than most people that are playing, I dealt with minimal lag. I'd imagine those who don't have the best connections or who have an average connection probably deal with lag a bit more, especially in situations like this. And unfortunately, checking on the website as well as on the maintenance update Twitter page and the official Twitter page, there is no mention of the lag whatsoever. There's a very cute cat here that reminds me of my cat, but there's no mention of the lag whatsoever, unfortunately, meaning they likely know of it, but they haven't mentioned anything. So it's definitely something you want to mention to your player base as consistent as possible. It is kind of annoying to have to deal with problems like this, and to be honest, when people don't think you know about it, it tends to be something they kind of get really upset about. So even if it's a, hey, we're aware of the lag, we're working on it again, apologies, like, you know, that sort of thing itself, it does a lot better, even if you don't provide anything as a bonus to the player base. I know we're always like, hey, compensation this, you know, apology or apologems that, so on and so forth. But the best thing to do in situations like this is at the very least let the players know that you're aware of it, because if you don't, then they assume that you're not, assuming that nothing's going to happen. And I can't confirm or deny that situation itself, since there is nothing here. All I can do is report what we know, and what we know right now is that there is no posts about it whatsoever. So, and that'll about do it. Let me know if there's anything I missed in the comments below. Like if you enjoyed the video, sub if you want to keep up with more. Thanks again to the channel members. You guys are fantastic, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. And today's question of the video, or I guess question of the day, we can go ahead and start calling this. For those of you guys who are unaware, for anyone who does watch these videos all the way in, we do usually do a question that we can kind of converse about. I'm going to go ahead and crowdsource you guys a little bit, because I've been trying to do this. I've been going through a journey of kind of like changing up my diet and things of that sort. And something I wanted to ask you guys about was coffee. I'm a coffee drinker. It's something I drink every single morning, something I really can't get away from. And I used to drink it with a lot of cream and a lot of sugar. I've since dialed that back, and with the goal of trying to get to drinking black coffee, but it's a little difficult for me personally. So I'm curious, what coffee do you guys drink? If you drink it black, what kind of coffee is it? Like, have you ever had that sort of struggle yourself personally? I'm a Keurig guy, so I definitely do go through and get K cups and things of that sort. So if you guys have a coffee to recommend, jump into Discord, post it there. I'll be more than happy to read through it. Or if you want to just tell me the name in the comments below, I'd be more than happy to jump into the comments, scroll on through, find your coffee, and maybe I'll finally find the coffee I can drink black. Anyway, take care, my friends. Peace out.